So I asked you guys on social media to hit me with your hottest takes about this NBA season, and yeah, you guys sent in over 250 of them. So today I'm going to react to the best ones, and I'm going to grade each of your guys' takes from 1 to 5 flames based on how hot it is. So let's just get right in. Danny Lawler says the Orlando Magic shooting issues do not magically improve, and they find themselves in the play-in tournament. So obviously the Magic are getting a ton of hype this year because of the Desmond Bane trade. And yeah, I think this is kind of a good take. You know, you can't expect Desmond Bane to just show up at practice one day and all of a sudden this team that's still kind of loaded with non-shooters can all of a sudden compete with teams like the Cavs and the Celtics and the Pacers offensively in the East. Now, I think they're going to be better, partly because I do think Paolo is going to make the superstar jump this year, but this is not a bad take whatsoever. I'm going to give this a 2 out of 5. From Micah, Pistons get the top seed in the East, Cade jumps to MVP conversations, and Ivy becomes all-star caliber. Well, first of all, Jaden Ivey's already hurt to start the year, which sucks. I also kind of feel like that's a bad omen for his general health this season. I hope he comes back and then is just healthy the rest of the season. I don't know, man. Cade being an MVP candidate, though, 100% possible. I wouldn't doubt you on that one. 3 out of 5. My guy Theo says a team that missed the playoffs last year will make the conference finals this year. That's interesting. So who would that be? I guess that would realistically be the Mavs, obviously come to mind. The Spurs, maybe, if Wemby is really just that good. Oh, and I guess the Sixers, actually. Obviously, the Mavs got to be the team. I just don't see Paul George and Embiid staying healthy. So I don't really see the Sixers doing it in the East. That's pretty hot, but that's creative. I like that one. I'm going to give that a good 4 out of 5. Okay, Neo Koyo 23 says the OKC Thunder will be a second-round exit in the playoffs this year, and the jinx will continue. Obviously, this is flaming hot because based on the playoff run last year, it kind of feels like the Thunder are just that good. And I mean, they should only be getting better with all of their young talent. But he's not wrong about this jinx. You know what I'm saying? Like, think about where we were a year ago, pretty much today. We all thought the Celtics were going to go back-to-back. I know I did for sure. And obviously then the Celtics ended up losing round 2, partly because of injuries, which is a big factor in trying to determine who can repeat. You know, there's a reason we haven't seen back-to-back champs since the pretty much prime Warriors in 2017, 2018. This is spicy hot. I'm giving this a 3 out of 5, but it's also like not impossible. Michael Marino, Zion actually stays healthy this year and the Pelicans become a 50-win team and make the playoffs. I don't know what the hottest part about this take is, Zion staying healthy or the Pelicans winning 50 games. Obviously, you guys know how big of a Zion truther I am. My biggest issue with the Pelicans is I just think their roster is kind of strange. You know, they're relying on 2 lottery picks, which isn't, you know, really a great formula if you're trying to win now. But then they also have like an old school center in Yves Missi that's paired with Zion in the front court. That doesn't make a ton of sense. Jordan Poole and DeJounte Murray together in a backcourt, another weird fit. I don't know, like Trey Murphy can ball. Herb Jones is a great defensive player. It just feels like they have a lot going on that roster. So I don't really see the 50 games. I do hope Zion stays healthy though. Also, the West is just good. You know, if they lose to the Nuggets round 2 and it's like Nuggets Rockets in the Western Conference Finals, is that really that crazy? Honestly, forget 3 out of 5. I'm bumping this down to like a 2 out of 5. I think this is very possible. Shaedon Sharpe will elevate his game the first half of the season and could be a sneaky all-star contender from Aaron. A sneaky all-star contender? Shaedon just got paid too. I think he's in his bag. Yeah, I think you take this one step further and say, I guarantee Shaedon's going to be an all-star. Then this would be a hot take. But I love it. Here's a good one. Liam says Wemby puts up 29, 11, 6, 1.5, and 4 blocks and carries a subpar Spurs team to 50 wins, winning MVP in the process. I mean, I literally think that's going to happen. I don't think they're going to win quite 50 games. I think they're more of like a 46 win team, but I really think Wemby's going to put up those numbers. I will just call him LeBron. That's crazy. Yeah, I'll give this a 2 out of 5 just because of the 50 wins, but literally Wemby is my MVP pick this season. Nova in 6. This year is a bad year for small scoring guards. LaMelo, Ja, and Tyrese Maxey all ask out after disappointing seasons. That's interesting. If I had to rank those 3 based on most likely to ask out, it's definitely Ja 1, LaMelo 2, maxi 3, but not impossible, especially those first two guys. I mean, I think we all want to see John LaMelo on good teams, right? Some of those Grizzlies teams have been good, but then they've kind of struggled with injuries and they've never really had the playoff run we've all thought they could have. So all three asking out would be pretty nuts. That's, 4 out of 5 on the hot take scale, but definitely not impossible. At no show, Wizards make the playoffs with the least Sarr or Carrington taking a sophomore leap. Here's the thing, even as the biggest Wizards fan on YouTube, no, we're not making the playoffs. And it's not even whether or not we want to. It's literally our first round pick next year goes to the Knicks if we don't finish bottom 8. It doesn't make any sense for us to try to sneak into the play-in or sneak into the playoffs and give up our first rounder, because then that just ruins everything we're building. We still need a top 3 pick. We got screwed out of Cooper Flagg. We need AJ DeBanso. We need Darren Peterson. We need Cam Boot. We need one of these guys, okay? We're going to tank one more year. Talk to me next year, though. That's a 5 out of 5, flaming high. It's just not happening. I'm definitely be getting a ton of these, from It's the Joel Sports. Tatum comes back and the Celtics become legit finals contenders. Yeah, I mean, I predicted them to finish, I think, 5th in the East this season, even if Tatum doesn't play a single game. Obviously, if he comes back in February, March, plays part of the end of the year, and then is healthy for the playoffs, yeah, that team is dangerous. You know what I mean? They probably need to acquire a big guy, but Celtics can absolutely still make damage. I'll go 2 out of 5. From Nick Viola, Madas becomes the best player on the Bulls. Oh, I want to get there so bad, dude. I mean, if you guys have been watching me, in that draft class last year, Madas was my number 2 ranked player, right? It went I think I was Sarr 1, Madas 2, Stephon Castle 3. I think he's 1 year away. You know what I mean? I think Kobe White, even Vucevic, even Giddey, I think all 3 of those guys for sure are going to be better than Madas this season. Give it 1 more year, though, and I think Madas has legit all-star upside. 4 out of 5 on the scale. From Blank 75, the 76ers make the Eastern Conference Finals this year. Look, brother, if you want to be the guy betting on Joel Embiid and Paul George's health, be my guest. Throw Jared McCain in there too, who's sadly already hurt. If you want to be in that game of betting on those guys to stay healthy, not to mention perform in the playoffs too, again, be my guest. I'm just not part of it, okay? Have fun. 4.5 out of 5. From Ben Levine, my guy, Trey Johnson gonna snatch Rookie of the Year from Cooper Flagg. Man, you guys don't know how excited I would be if Trey Johnson was that good. I have a feeling Cooper Flagg is going to be an all-star level guy as a rookie this year. But hey, man, Trey Johnson's 100% making first-team all-rookie. That's pretty hot. That's a solid 4 out of 5 right there. Next hot take, Arena Club is the best place to buy and sell sports cards. That's not even a hot take because Arena Club is the sponsor of today's video. Something a lot of you guys probably don't know about me is that back in high school, I was a huge baseball cards guy. So if you're trying to level up your collection or even just get started as a collector, Arena Club's original slab packs bring the thrill of ripping packs combined with the power to buy, sell, and trade all in one place. In fact, let's rip open a Ruby pack right now. Let's go, baby. Give me something. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Let's go. A PSA 10 rookie Wembanyama. Come on. Let's go. I think Arena Club's a game changer in the card space. And right now, you can get 20% off your order by going to arenaclub.com/Fenishel and using code Fenishel. Now let's get back to the takes. From Jackson Bunker, Anthony Edwards averages 34 a game and wins MVP. But the Wolves still don't make the championship. 34 a game for Ant would be legit. That would be fun to watch. I mean, Curry never averaged 34. The last guard to average 34 was Kobe, right? So that would be pretty special. Also not impossible. I'm giving that a 2.5 out of 5. I think that's 100% possible. MVP is a little crazy for Ant, but I like Anthony Edwards. Here's a good one from Hudson. The depth pieces Denver added are getting way too overrated. Bruce Brown, Tim Hardaway Jr., and especially Valanciunas are not playoff rotation players. This is not the worst take. Obviously, yeah, the Nuggets are getting celebrated for their offseason, in large part because of acquiring Cam Johnson and getting off the MPJ contract. But yeah, look, Bruce Brown has not been good since he left the Nuggets like 2 years ago, right? We're kind of assuming he's just going to be the player he was before because he's back in Denver. Yeah, Tim Hardaway Jr., I agree with you on that. He's definitely not a playoff guy. I do think Valanciunas can give you a solid 10 minutes a game in the playoffs, but I like this as a Zach take. This is solid from Hudson. I'm giving this a 2 out of 5. This is a solid take. From Shiv, Raptors will be better than the Bucks, Heat, Pacers, Celtics, and Sixers and secure the 6th seed. Dude, why not even go higher than that? I think the Raptors are getting the 4th seed. You know what I mean? If you're going to be better than half of the Eastern Conference like you just called out, I feel like the Raptors would be higher than the 6. Because you said 6th seed, this is like a 1 out of 5 hot take. If you said the Raptors would be the 2 seed, all right, then now we're cooking. Now we're cooking with fire. That would have been like a 4 or 5. All right, here we go. Andrew Nembhard will average more than 20 points this season and will win most improved player. Look, man, that's just not even a hot take. I mean, someone's got to score on that team with Halliburton out. I'm pretty sure Nembhard is leading or has the best odds to win most improved player. It's either him or Amen Thompson. That's like a 1 out of 5 on the hot take scale. That's really like a lukewarm take right there, brother. From Diamond, Devin Booker leads the league in scoring, and the Suns sneak into the playoffs as the 8th seed. Love your vid, Sixers fan, by the way. Appreciate the love, brother. Devin Booker leading the league in scoring is not crazy. Although, with no more Kevin Durant there, I feel like teams are just going to double team him. Man, the West is just so good. I just don't see any way a team with Jalen Green, Ryan Dunn, and Mark Williams as 3 of your 5 starters is making the playoffs in the West. That's a 4.5 out of 5. From Sam, oh, I love this one actually. Paul George starts the season awful and gets moved to the bench and then plays like a 6th man of the year candidate. You know why I like this? If VJ Edgecombe is great right away, you have to start him. I mean, he was your 3rd overall pick. Obviously, Maxi's starting. And then it's like, yeah, you throw an Oubre in there. Jared McCain, when he's healthy, he could be a starter. Obviously, Embiid. All of a sudden, like, it kind of makes sense to have Paul George as just like a scorer off the bench. That would be horrible given you're paying him $50 million, but this is kind of a cool take. I wouldn't be totally shocked here. Let's put it that way. I'm going 3 out of 5. I like it. Let's go one more. From ABCD, nice username. Spurs will be the best team in Texas, including playoffs as well. That's a fun way to think about it. Spurs, Rockets, and Mavs. Which team is going to go furthest in the playoffs this season? I would go Rockets 1, Mavs 2, Spurs 3, but hey, that's why this is a good hot take. This is the thing, if you have Wemby, if Wemby's the best player in the world this year, then literally anything's possible. So there is no such thing as too hot of a Wemby take. I'll give this a 4 out of 5, and like, it's a pretty good take on top of being pretty hot. I think that could definitely happen. All right, that's going to do it. Appreciate you guys watching to the end of the video. Make sure you like and subscribe. Check out my latest uploads right here and here. And hey man, the NBA is back, baby. Let's go. Let's enjoy some hoops. Peace.